Johnny Somali story ends in jail. I mean, who doesn't know about this doofus by now, man? Johnny Somali. I did a video about him probably like close to a year ago on my main channel. He finally got arrested, and like he got sentenced to like 6 months in labor prison. I mean prison with labor. He got registered as a sex offender. I mean, I feel like that's not enough though. This dumbass, this Claffy, this imbecile, will not learn his lesson until like he actually gets proper punishment. Shut up, Nadir. This nigga just a rage baiter. Anyways, let's get into the video, man.
So it turns out saying it was just a prank isn't always good enough. Just ask Johnny Somali, an American YouTuber who pranked his way into 6 months of prison in South Korea. But see, Johnny Somali wasn't your average prankster. He would go to other countries and actively harass people. They dragged him out of Israel. He was harassing people on the trains in Japan. He said, "Gotcha." The Japanese police said, "Iya, daijobu makasate." Johnny said, "I don't know what you just said, but it was just a prank. You gotta let me go." Japanese officer said, "Boy, I don't speak English. Put your hands behind your back, stupid." He was detained in Japan.
Wow, shout out xevi. He's a great creator. His storytelling is great in his videos. That's why I always watch his videos. At TikTok specifically too.
And for a few months, he leaves and he learns his lesson. Psych, stupid. Look at the time. We got more time to go. He flies straight to South Korea. He said, "Boy, let me just keep it going." So he's running around South Korea being a nuisance. It gets to a point where South Korean streamers are hunting him down in the streets. How you think he got that bandage on his head? They were really just putting the paws on him. It was on site. He goes as far as giving a lap dance to a Korean statue commemorating victims of Japanese abuse in World War II. This one he did apologize for. This is the only thing he apologized for. He said he genuinely didn't know what the statue was about. And here's where things start to get wicked. Johnny Somali at his crib chilling, talking to his chat. He said, "Look, chat." He got a knock on the door. He said, "Who that?" Johnny opened the door. He said, "Who this?" They said, "We're the Korean police. We're here for Ramsey Ismail." He said, "And now I don't go by Ramsey Ismail. I go by Johnny Somali." They said, "You're under arrest." He said, "What? Now y'all can call me what you want. I'm not married to the name." They said, "Nah, you was running through the streets, throwing stuff in the middle of grocery stores, harassing people, right?" He said, "But I said it was a prank. Y'all ain't hear me? Besides, in the United States, we have a little thing called proof." They said, "You filmed everything on live stream. We got it right here." He said, "Let me see."
Yeah, dumbass.
That is me. Okay, yeah, y'all got it. They arrest Johnny, take him straight to court. He's still acting like a nuisance the whole time. While he's in and out of court, he's still talking on his live stream, talking about, "Boy, I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna be home soon. Free Ramsey." Johnny's lawyer pulls up and said, "Nah, but you gotta plead guilty though." Johnny said,
"Don't hire editors until you really need editors, honestly. Just like I have like one pop like Hamed or even me like edit your videos if you really need it. Because yeah, editors, man."
"Hell no, you my lawyer. You supposed to get me out." The lawyer said, "Boy, you filmed everything. Stop playing with me." Johnny said, "I did film everything. That is true." So Johnny pleads guilty, but I need you to listen to this next part closely. Johnny pleads guilty on everything except for one last charge. It's a charge about deep fakes. Don't worry too much about that. His charges were really about being a nuisance.
Yeah, he posted AI deepfakes, by the way, for those that don't know.
Like obstructing businesses and all that. So Johnny's lawyer thinking, all right, so, it's not going to be that much time. But see, the time all depends on the judge and the factors of the case. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. The prosecutors said, "Look, judge, we want Johnny in jail for at least 3 years." Johnny says, 3 years? Is that different time in Korean time? They said, "No, 3 years everywhere." He said, "Oh, this is serious." The judge said, "Yeah, it really is. Okay, I see here you pled guilty on everything. The deep fakes thing you didn't plead guilty on, but I'm going to give you guilty on that anyway. Let's just call it a full house." Johnny said, "Did y'all hear the part where I said it was just a prank?" The judge said, "Okay, I sentenced you to prison with labor. Now let's look at the factors of the case to determine how much time you have." Johnny said, "Slow down, you're going too fast for me, judge." The judge said, "Okay, so it turns out some of the victims said, look, they don't really care. It's been like 2 years. Johnny may have spilled something on their grocery floor. They're like, dude, I don't really care." The judge basically said, "Look, all right, Johnny is a nuisance, but am I gonna really give him years for just being a nuisance?" Johnny's lawyer looked at Johnny said, the judge said, "No, but I'm gonna give you months though. You going to jail." Because other factors include Johnny was doing this for money. That's not great, bro. He's pranking.
Bro, this nigga is not even making good enough money to like do this shit. Like he's barely making a living. If that at all, heard was broke from like getting banned on hype. Bro, I was gonna say something, but like Nadir's here, so like, how you get banned on Kick? Yeah, I just said it, so who cares? Who gets banned? Who gets banned on Kick, man? You, I Nadir, man, I'm sorry, but like, who gets banned on Kick? You really gotta do some terrible shit to like get banned on there. And I know how you get banned on there too, man. So like the fact you got banned on Twitch, Kick, and like some other streaming platforms is crazy.
He's messing people with people's lives for cash. Judge said, I don't like that. The judge also said, look, we gotta set an example. I don't want people
Because
thinking
John Somali got banned on Kick. I think he streamed my party and he got banned on there too. So like that's how I know this nigga's a nuisance.
run around Korea doing whatever they want. You gotta go to jail. And we heard those things you were saying, like you don't think Korea really like that. Like, I'm gonna give you 6 months. Stop playing with me. Johnny said, now hold on now. Did you hear the part where I said it was just a prank? The judge said, with labor. That means you finna work.
But I say, who's this Kick in 2026, bro? I'll use Kick in like literally 10 years.
Said, can I go home and see
Can't
my
be
family
constant that
first? The
shit.
judge said, nah. We locking you
But yeah,
straight
Snappy
up. 'Cause
paying.
when you go to America, you might stay in America.
I actually have a Snap account too. I mean, I still have my old Snap account from like high school, and like I just post like stuff on my spotlight. Just so I could like get views and get followers from that. So I can hopefully get paid just to like post stuff eventually.
Johnny said, I will probably stay in America if I go to America. That is true. So Johnny was sentenced to 6 months in prison with labor. And what with labor means is he just got to work. They do that in some American prisons as well. They give you $1 or $2 so they don't have to call it slavery. And then you're pretty much doing manual labor. Now, many people wanted him in jail for much longer. But the
that was
thing
kind of the
is,
point of the video, man.
the judge's hands
like,
are kind of tied. Laws like
points.
obstructing people and like messing with people's businesses, they usually don't carry like a huge sentence. They can carry like a long sentence, but judges usually don't sentence people for that long. I'm sure in the judge's eyes, he's thinking, all right, I gotta set an example with the law. I know people hate him and they want me to put him in jail for a long time, but I have to do what I do for everyone else, even though Johnny Somali is a nuisance. Now, me personally, I don't think Johnny will come out committing these same crimes again. A lot of people think he will because they don't think 6 months is long enough, but I think Johnny, whether he wants to or not, he's uncool now. Like, he's taking things to a point.
Well, it was never cool though, so like I don't know how that really works for real. I mean, like if he goes to like another country to do the same shit, then like either then like he would end up in the same position that he was like in here in Japan, or he just actually learned his ways, but like no one would care because like it's basically the boy who cried wolf, and like no one would believe him until he actually does something worth that actually like they actually try to change his life.
To where he's just absolutely distasteful. So even if he would want to do these things, I don't think people will watch him like that. I don't think people will even hate watch him. I think
Nah, it's not true because because people like us do reactions to this shit or like make commentary off this shit to this day. So like people are going so do Johnny shit, watch Johnny. All the Johnny people like Johnny, man, they don't have like actual audience. He just has hate watchers. Like no one watches Jack Doherty for Jack Doherty, man. I mean, people just generally hate Jack Doherty. I mean, as much as I hate Neon, at least Neon has a fan base. People who actually watch Neon. He view bots, but like he actually has a fan base. Same thing with like someone even like Logan Paul, who's not even like. I mean, he's a wrestler and like more of a YouTuber, but like you get the idea. People still watch the Paul brothers.
people will just kind of see him as embarrassing now. And I don't know if Johnny understands this or not, but I'm sure the next time he goes into a country and he does one tiny little thing, the book is going to be slapped on him. Like, he will probably go to jail for a while. He's basically a repeat offender at that point. So if he knows what's good for him, he better come out and go straight to class, get a job. Now, I do hope Johnny Somali's situation shows the world that
Get a
that
job.
saying all attention is good attention is dumb as hell. In fact, I've always hated that saying. I looked it up and it turns out that saying is a controversial saying for good reason, because not all attention is good attention. Johnny had absolutely zero fans. Boy was cosplaying as a celebrity while he was walking in to his courtroom, his court dates. He was absolutely delusional. It seemed that Johnny actually thought he had motion. Like, he actually thought he was a celebrity of some sort, because there were thousands upon thousands of people that would watch his lives, but they weren't fans. There were people actively watching to see him fail. But boy really thought he was like that. But the thing is, if you can't translate the attention you're getting into something else, then it's pretty much worthless. I say this for people trying to make content themselves, or people trying to do anything that requires other folks' attention in general. You've seen it with pranksters time and time again. None of them last for a long time, because eventually people get bored, people get tired of you, and they move on to something else.
Yeah, like unless you're like someone like unless you like make a transition to like something else, or like maybe even a different lane, like Jadeon, he went from like prank YouTuber to like a now to Christian YouTuber to now a prank catcher, and that's doing well for him. Canel Joseph's like he's like more of a streamer now. You know, I don't really see much of streams nowadays. Like, it really depends. Like, some people, some prank YouTubers are like, some are good and some are like bad. And we see people do bad pranks, like the nigga that got shot in a mall. So this really just like depends on like how we do pranks. Like, and Johnny is like one of those people that like doing the worst. Not gonna lie though, I don't see a lot of prank YouTubers like that compared to like how first, like 5 years ago, prank YouTubers were like the biggest thing. Now it's like, it's not, you don't even see them niggas anywhere. Like, I mean, this kind of makes sense because streaming is nowadays like the big thing. So desktop, you know, the streaming, IRL, and like, you know, big events, stuff like that, are like the big streaming events that like people gravitate towards. But people even then think that like it's starting to like not lose its luster. But like I said, like, people, you gotta understand that with streaming, people will watch what they want to watch. Like, not everybody watches like Kai streams. Not everybody watches like bathtub streams. Not everybody watches like RL streams. Not everybody watches gaming streams. People just watch what they want to watch. Like, me personally, that's kind of have a mix of like big event streams, like the Mafia Dawn, the IRL streams, and like the desktop streams, whether it's like reactions or gaming. I mean, I mainly do gaming right now and reactions because it's like because everything else requires money to do that. So I can't really like. I try to do IRL streaming, but like you need a consistent data to have to do that, and like I don't have that, so I just stick to like recording videos and streaming on my desktop because it's not sustainable. Even when you like try and build an audience for real, even if you have an audience, it's stressful. So like, unless you really need to do it, then like don't IRL stream, in my opinion. So, I mean, I know the Deer does it. If you're still here in the Deer, like I think I saw you was streaming ATL, but I just now got a chance to see it. But don't stream unless you really have to. Just because you want to get caught in this wave that like because once you like place these bigger creators in a pedestal and try to compete with them, you'll get burned out and like don't take content as fun as it used to. So just do what you want and see how it goes from there.
Especially when people are just there to see that prankster crash the car. And when that prankster crashes the car, like Johnny Somali did and most pranksters do, then that's it. There's nothing else to watch. We were here to watch you fail. You failed. let me move on with my day. But there's another saying, fame is a hell of a drug. So I wouldn't be surprised if after Johnny Somali gets released, he's going to try to chase that clout again. But the thing is, he's going to realize that the internet judges harshly. I don't think there's a world where he gains any sort of celebrity status again. What he should gain, though, is a therapist, because I think that would absolutely help him for the better. All this attention is just not worth it if nobody wants to see you succeed. Now, special message to my YouTube folks. I think I'm going to do another series. If you guys remember back in the day, I did a series about like the most diabolical YouTubers. Now, I think that...
All right, yeah, let's keep just you talk yapping about it yourself. But like, shout out to Xevi though. Shout out to Xevi, man. Great video explaining this shit. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Nothing else I can really say about it because I already talked about it in detail before in the past, and I already everything you said in the video pretty much sums up what I already thought about it and what I already saw in other videos. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about this, and that's it. I'm out. See ya, boys.